I've been asked to give my thoughts on the Bigfoot Bounty show, and only because I've been asked, I'll briefly tell you why I believe the show probably failed. They had a tremendous cast of people, very diverse and very interesting cast. I think that they should have committed to 6 months, and they should have had a better time slot for it, first of all. But they could have started by taking each team, the ones that kicked off first, Travis in January, and they could have basically profiled them for a half an hour, what he does, what she does, what their commitment to Bigfoot is, what their contributions are, why they're interested in it, what they may or may not have found. They could have done that with each team. With Stacy Brown, they could have led up to the thermal video that he shot. You had one of the greatest personalities that you're going to find for a reality TV show in Michael Merchant. They basically just never pointed the camera at him, or rarely, and they didn't let him. This is a crucial mistake. They didn't let Michael Merchant say a lot, and Michael Merchant says a lot, and he says it in a way that no one else says it, and in a manner and in a strident intellect that is rarely found in intelligentsia. For a guy that's a biologist, who supposedly has a class or type B personality, that's rare. With Stacy, the 2 videos I shot of him in an interview, he showed more personality and range than they allowed him to show on Bigfoot Bounty. I just don't think they knew enough about the Bigfoot world to put this together. Merchant was your Michael Jordan. You feed him the basketball and you let him go. And that's what they should have done with him. And same thing with Stacy. The other members had their strengths, but we never knew what they were because they weren't allowed to bring this out. Donnie and Darnell, big game hunters. They could have profiled them and shown the big game that they hunted and what their skills were. But they tried to get it down to some pettiness around the campfire when survival style you kick somebody off. And I just think they had it in their hands. They had everything they needed, and they just didn't know what to do with it. Somebody else will one day get this right. Just because you have a lot of money to produce something doesn't mean that you're an authority on what you're trying to do. I think they could have casted this show differently. There are some people that I would have put on it. Timber Giant Bigfoot, Tim Stover, TCSGR Bigfoot, guys like, could you imagine Timber Giant on a show like that? Okay, Timber, we're going to send you and your team member out, and you're going to find evidence. Timber coming back with evidence, man, and not just some poop on the ground. Timber coming back with evidence, man, and that would be really cool to watch. But they didn't do that. So those are my thoughts on it. And they could have teamed, one with Richter, they could have teamed him up with Sharon Lee. Sharon Lee's as bright and as intelligent as they come and as knowledgeable. I think she falls into some of the same traps that a lot of researchers do, including me. You get so frustrated not finding something that you see a stick on the ground. Oh, it must be Bigfoot. So everybody falls into that because it's a tough gig to get out here and look for stuff. But anyway, enough of that.